You know, you can't be a person pushing forward against such a massive backlash of people that don't get it without being a little bit feisty. So what really happened is I learned really early in life that you don't ask for permission, you ask for forgiveness. And so I went to the council and said, what can I do? And they had 3 guys in there, 1, 2, 3 guys, whatever the fingers are. And they all said, yes, 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 verbally, which turned out not to be worth the paper it was written on. That started the whole fight. One person can't beat the council. That's what it feels like to me. My opinion only, please, people. That's how it feels like to me. And then, after a long part, they sent a raid to our farm, pretty much straight away after that. And it took me about 30 minutes to show them my license. They were saying, you move and we'll shoot you. So I showed them my license and they went, oh, you could see in their face was like reading it going, oh, all units come back to the start, we have a problem. And they all had to come back. Then they realised it was a licensed cannabis farm, and then they've been told differently by the government, which is now all written in subpoenaed documentation from the phone of the general manager. And so they got to be in their bonnet. So they wanted to get the weed out of Tweed, and that's where that started. We want to keep the weed in Tweed. We're allowed to. 2016, the government said we can have it for health reasons. 2018, we can eat the seeds. Come on, guys. And this council must be from 1950, because they haven't listened to the local rules and regulations. Came down really, really heavy. Then came the court cases. We had to prove that we were allowed to grow cannabis. Well, sorry, I got a license. While I was in the court case against the police, the government, local government, rang state government, had my license suspended. Our lawyers got onto the state government and showed them that we won in court. They gave us a 14-page apology lesson and gave me a license back, but it's still the interference from that boys club, which needs to be sorted out because they took a lot of our time. We could have already, well, you know what the ideas were in the beginning. We have this beautiful place for sick people. We have beautiful areas to camp and live and grow cannabis and become learned with cannabis and do everything there is to cannabis. We have a laboratory that shows you what we're doing is correct, and we do everything by the law. There's so much here that is on offer to all university students that they were trying to take away, and that's why I fought so hard for it. But 2.5 years fighting in that system has really left us unable. However, this whole thing is now grinding close to an end. It was an RU2 categorised farm in Tweed Shire. It will now be an industrial categorised farm because they could only prove that I couldn't take cannabis and put it in oil to make CBDA oil for all our members. And that is what cost a fortune in the court. At the same time, I do believe the God and Goddess Mary Jane and co have just been sending me a whole lot of downloads to help me get this thing going properly. And this is, out of 2.5 years, this is 2 weeks away from owning their government approval. They'll never hassle us again as an industry. And what that opens up is the future.
What are the 6 things you've got to do?
Well, the most absurd thing is to get a license to run a compost toilet. It's supposed to be a green council. Composting is a green way. It's always been, why do you need a license to run a compost toilet? So that's the most absurd, absurd thing. They want the roads to be wider because it's now an industry. We could have a bushfire, everyone needs to escape. Sure, I understand it. We've had the roads, we have had the roads widened. And I'd like to thank a lot of the members who have brought their 27-tonne excavators, and we spent whole days on making it perfect. Then we have a little bridge that goes across Tweed River, and You know, 25 years of being out here on this farm and the farm out the back where I started, that bridge only ever stays underwater maybe 6 hours max. They've had to do a whole hydrology thing, and this thing cost us 30 grand. And our bridge is still standing. Our bridge will stand and keep standing forever because it was made by farmers for farmers. And I know for the most part, I'd like to thank the town planners and all that group of people because they've done an amazing job. For 2.5 years, they've stuck by us. They've said, no, use the right. It's kind of funny because when you start putting your energy back towards it, everything starts coming your way. So we've come up with ideas on the website where you can support us, but we're not going to just take it as free support. We're going to write you down, and when we get back to paying you off, we're going to give you your money and half again on top of it for being a university member supporting us. And it doesn't matter if you give us a cup of coffee or you give us $10,000. We're going to do it for every one of our members. Other ideas that, if you're having a look on the website right now, you'll see 5 new products that have just popped up. By you guys buying those products from us, that's going to help us too. The little bump, 5th of September is the date. We're like 27th of August right now. We've paid a little bit off, so help us reach the fund limit of $60,000 in the next 2 weeks. You'll see that it's not us asking you to donate money. It's us asking you to lend us money, and we'll pay it back at 1.5 times. We won't pay it back all instantly, of course, but as time goes by, we can pay it off. So whoever's first in is the first to get paid off. We've put that up inside the store, so read all about it there. You can do $10, $100, $1,000. It's up to you. You can also buy stuff from the store. That helps us as well. You can also send us an email at help@australiancannabisuniversity.org with what skill sets you've got. Do you know how to run advocation? Do you know how to paralegal? Do you know how to account? Do you know how to do anything that's fantastic? Social media experts, you name it, whatever you've got to build us up, we need your help. A lot of spiritual people say to me, you are in exactly the right spot at the exact right time. And to me, that's super frustrating, super frustrating. But I somehow get it because of all the magic that happens here.